Good morning, everyone. Hope you are able to hear me. Good. You are able to hear me? Yes. Thanks. I'm very excited to meet you all here, actually, at the TDX Bengaluru. Yeah, you're waving your hands on the others as well. Nice. Good to see your agent blazers as well here. I need to take them as well. Nice smiles. Good. So we are diving into something powerful today on how you can build digital experience with all new OmniStudio. That's our way that we are going to start off today. And in this session, we are not just talking around with the slides or anything. It would be around like showing you about all new designers. That's the motive for today, to show that. And such that you'll get all these new designers and go back and get these understandings and start implementing in your organizations as well. So let me get started. And before that, the general statement as a forward looking. So Salesforce is a public stated company. Any purchasing decisions that you're going to take it up, check the current features and capabilities and take your decisions on purchasing it. And definitely thank you all for joining this session. It's nice to meet you all here, and together we'll have a good learning. And myself, Krishna from OmniStudio product team, and we have Pradeep as well from the engineering team as well. He's our lead engineer. So the agenda is very much short. Like all new OmniStudio overview. I'll give you an overview about OmniStudio and evolution of an OmniStudio as well. And then we'll see the key things of the core designers and the core runtime, the keynotes of it. And then we'll immediately get started with the difference of the current designers that you see and the new designers that we have developed as well. And a small use case, because most of you would be aware of OmniStudio, we'll just show it with the new designers and Q&A session. So that's a short, actually, I would say. Coming about all new OmniStudio, how many of you are aware of OmniStudio? Can I see raised hands? Wow, good number, I guess, right? Everyone are aware. Thanks for your response. But if you are new to the OmniStudio, no worries. I would like to say that OmniStudio is a powerful tool in Salesforce that you can customize and automate your workflows with little to no coding. And our vision is simple. Enable fast, intuitive, and as well as seamless digital experience across any Salesforce cloud. That's our vision as well. And when you say that, what's OmniStudio for me? Like, do you have any tools inside an OmniStudio? Yes, there are 4. That is Omniscript and a FlexCard has a UI components, Datamappers, and integration procedures are on the backend. When you ask me, Krishna, what is an Omniscript or a FlexCard about this? I would say that Omniscript helps to create a guided step-by-step experience for the user. And FlexCard would be like a simple information that you can give it, that you can view and take necessary actions according to that. So it gives a clear information and very intuitive as well. And then to interact with the UI components, you need something with the backend as well, correct? So for that, you have Datamappers and integration procedures. Datamappers are the ones which you can extract the data from the Salesforce object, load the data into the Salesforce object, and finally you can transform it as well. And integration procedures would be like, I would say you want to call a REST actions and then the remote actions, and you have an email action to be sent through. Those all can be clubbed into one and use it inside your FlexCard or an Omniscript and then start implementing. This will benefit your performance as well. So the 4 components are Omniscript, FlexCard on the UI, and Datamapper and integration procedure, the backend side. And I just want to start off with an evolution of OmniStudio, how it works. Yeah, most of you know that Salesforce has acquired OmniStudio, that's Velocity, and along with that, the Velocity OmniStudio has been there. And earlier, the OmniStudio is being packaged with CME and insurance packages, where your designers, entities, runtime used to be in package. But after the acquisition, what the stage was, we built a new package called as Foundation Package, where you have the OmniStudio designers and entities, but we also made sure that runtime is also there in the core, like the FSC, manufacturing, health clouds. They have started using this OmniStudio Foundation Package, but that's not the final. We want to get out of this package, which means we want to say goodbye to the packages and say the welcome, the new core part, whatever it is. So our end goal is be on core. So in summer 25, we are getting designers as well on the core. So that's their end goal. And it's not a small change. It is a massive architectural change that we have gone through. And the end goal would be your designers, runtime, entities, everything will be on the core. And what you may ask me, what are the benefits of getting into the core there? Yes, there are. You will be on the greatest and latest if you're in core, and then you have a high performance in your runtime. And I would say that the designer responsive on the new designers are far, far better than the package current designers that you're working on. And the experience, the user experience is top notch. That's the one that you can see it. And it's robust, and we have introduced design validations as well. So without taking much time, I would just hand over to Pradeep so that he can start and show the new designers and the package designers. Pradeep? Yeah.
Hey guys, am I audible? Okay. Yeah, thank you Krishna for the great overview on the whole OmniStudio designer. So I can see a lot of energetic crowds here, and I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. So let's get started. So I know everyone knows this page. You call it a home page or list view page. You can call it anything, but this was currently your list view page, right? For all your components in OmniStudio. So I know this page works fine. It's very great. It has its own pros and own cons. But every time you come to this list view page, you see the same thing. Like you see the same list of components. You don't see your components which you are working on. You see all the components. So as part of the new designer, we have created the Salesforce traditional list view page. So all the 4 components will have the Salesforce traditional list view page where you can have your own view. You can create your own views. So if you are a team of group of multiple people working on different components, you can have all your components. You can create your own filter, and you can decide what columns you want to be shown and what columns not to be shown. Similarly, in the manage package runtime for all the versions, you have to go here, you have to click, and you will be able to see all the versions. And this is a little bit hard because if you're working on some other versions, whenever you create a new version, you have to go back to this page and you have to click to see the other versions get loaded. In the new list view page, so you'll be having the versions here, and you have to click here to go and see all the versions. And this is also not very intuitive friendly, but I'll show you how you can easily switch versions as we move to the designers. So this is all about the list view page. Let's move on to the designers. So currently in the old designers, if you want to create something new, you click new here, and then you type in all the information, then you click save. But if you see FlexCards, so when you create a new FlexCard, you have a guided flow where you have to first give all the details, then you have to select the data sources, then you have to configure your inputs, then you fetch the data, then you land up on the designer, which is kind of like a very tedious process because at the time of creating a new component, you might not know what your data source is. So in the new designer, what we have make it very simple. You just create some new code. And then click save. That's it. You don't have to configure your data source. You don't have to fetch the sample data, everything. And you can see the new designer loaded just like this. So this is the new designer which you have built fully on core. If you see here, you don't worry about you have to configure the data sources. You can come down here, and similar to the old designer, you have all the data sources displayed here where you can easily configure all the data sources. You can fetch and you get all the information loaded. So if you see the major differences in the old, the current designer. So in the current manage package designer, you get everything on the right sidebar and you have the canvas on the left. So whenever you want to add a component, once you add a drag and drop a component, you see the property panel. Now if you want to add a new component, then again you have to go back to build and then select the component, then drag and drop. So it's a little not intuitive. So here if you see, you have all the components on the left side. You can drag and drop any components easily. On the right side, you can see the property gets loaded automatically. And you can see only 2 tabs, which is related to only the elements and the styles. So the setup panel is moved to the top. It has its own panel. You can see it on the setup. So as I was talking to you before, right? I was telling you like there is an easy way you can switch between versions. So for example, in the new designer, if you want to create a new version, just click new version, just give confirmation. Now your new version is created. So now you want to switch back to your old version. Now what you can do, you can just go and click here on the top. Now you'll get all the list of versions you are using. So compared to the current designer, every time you don't have to go back to the home page and then go and then search for your new version which you want, and you can directly see here. And similarly, whatever the list view page loads here, this will load only the current active version. So if you want to go and see what is the current active version, you can directly open from here, and inside if you go, this list view will have all the versions, but in the main page you will always see the current active versions. So this is the example FlexCard which we have created, and I want to show you the Omniscript builder as well. So if you see, Omniscript builder is also same. So we have made it more intuitive. So similar to the FlexCard builder or Omniscript builder, we want you to have a same experience. If you see even Lightning App Builder, you will have the similar experience. You have the property panel and you will have the elements. And also all the elements we have grouped it accordingly. So previously, if you see the Datamapper extract will be in different places, but now we have grouped all the elements accordingly so that you can see. Similarly, we also have the step chart, which is more detailed here. So you can see each step wise, and you can even search each component wise. Once you click on each component, it will take you to the particular component. It will load its properties also. So this way, it makes your way easier to develop something. And if you ask me, is this all about the new designer? No. So we have added a new feature called Design Validator. So in the managed package runtime, you see there is no guardrails or there is no limit for you to do your creativity. We have seen people create so many things that it even break our designer. So that much very creative everyone is. So what we have created, we have come up with the design validator. So whenever you create some component, you will get to see a design validator on the top. So you see here, there is an icon with the information which says view detail. So if you click more detail, here you will see two tabs. One is warning and one is information. So for instance, if you open this one, I have a data table component here. And similarly here, I have added a couple of child components. So now if I go to my design validator, here I get a data table row limit. So here what we are just saying is that we are just allowing only 500 row limit, but this data table might exceed your row limit. And similarly, child cards, here we just show you information. So these are just information. These are not warning set. So this information might become warning, but everything is soft guardrail as of now. So even if you go inside and you can even click the table, it will automatically open the component which has the warning. So we have added so many warnings so that it will make you, so right now, if you create a card which is like very heavy, you won't know it until you activate. Then you see a message saying that you have exceeded the limit. Then you have to split your child card into new component. Then you have to add it here. But with these design validators, before you even reach that limit, you will have a graph which shows that you are going to reach the limit. So it's better to split up your child cards and create a separate component at that time itself. So similarly, in the OmniStudio builder also, you have everything similar. So if you see in the old designers, you have a Omniscript. So let's say you have a simple Omniscript in the old designer. If you go and click activate version, you see it takes lots of time for activation. It activates, then it compiles, then it deploys, then it's done. So it takes lots of time for you to activate in your own component. It gets your developer productivity down. But if you see in the new designer, even though if you have so many steps, so many components, just click activate, then just confirm the activate, that's it. Your Omniscript is activated and it's ready to be used in any place, like in Lex console, LWR, you can use it anywhere else. So that's it about the FlexCard and Omniscript designer. Let Krishna to take over about the other designers.
Thank you, Pradeep, and hope you like the activation part of an Omniscript, how quick it is. So that's the major change that we came across. Let me
think I was too
you
fast
on how the new integration procedure looks. Before that, if you see this is the current integration procedure that you have. So when you click on the new integration procedure, it tells you, it lands you this page. This has been entirely with your Angular one, right? So you see your canvas components and where to start everything. It's okay to use, but not as much as intuitive to start off. So let me show you the new integration procedures. So this is the list page of the new integration procedure, and I'll click on new. Once I hit on new, it will state that you need to enter the integration procedure name. So let me say that demo 1 IP1 demo IP sub demo, and I'll hit on save. And once you hit a save, you see the new browser window. See the experience that you see when you compare with your existing integration procedure and then the new integration procedure that you see. You have a playground type of an integration procedure where you start earlier, and the current integration procedure, you need to drag and drop, or you need to start off the place. Here, it tells you that you need to add a component. So you click, the tray comes up, then you select an extract action, and then select the details. You can pick your Datamapper extract here, close it. Simple. Now you can go ahead and add one more under this, say a transform action. Between these two, you want to add one more. So you can add using the plus icon and then say let it be a conditional block. And inside the conditional block, you have one more post action. See, you have the connecting part entirely as an headless program. What integration procedure does, you have the headless part where you have the connector, you have the plus icon to add it, which is more intuitive. The best experience anyone can face. And no worries, you can shuffle them as well. And if you want to use a drag and drop functionality, you have it here. Expand this and then start dragging your components to this. I can drag and place it. But one change you would have observed, we have an explicit save button here for an integration procedure. You need to click on save. Once you save, then only it gets saved for the integration procedures. And notice you have an undo and redo options as well. So making it better for all the user experience, for the powerful on the new designers, that's what we have come across. And yes, you can create a new version as well. And as Pradeep was showing you the difference of the versioning, right? That will help as well. So that's the major change. And let's see the preview, how it works. I'll click on preview, and just a minute, let me go back and show you that you can expand and then reset as well. So that gives a clear information where you are. And go to the preview. It seems to be normal and what you see. But when you click on execute, it tells you the coloring, which action has been success and which action has been failed as well. So that's the intuitiveness that we have come across along with all new integration procedures as well. Let's see the Datamappers as well. And this is the Datamapper current page you see. And click on new and Datamapper with current. You can see the interface type is extract. You'll find it like, is it extract? I should be selecting it as an initial part, or what I need to select it. So this is the new view. This is the existing one that you see, and you can save. And you have the extract step. It fetches the details and then go to the formula, add a formula and output. These are okay to use, but not that much friendly enough to start. So let's see the new Datamappers. I'll go to the Datamapper, click on new. The name itself has a Datamapper. And we'll select an interface option as an extract and then hit on save. You'll get a new browser window and the same UI, because you see the continuation that we have done in the Omniscript and FlexCard. Those are aligned because those are the UI components, and Datamappers and integration procedures are the backend tools. So you have the same experience on how to start. So you can start adding it, the colors of it, account, you select object type, and then you can add one more, and you can add in between this as well. And you want to move up or down, you have the functionality the same, and formula as well the same. Like you can have the connectors, expand the formula, add a formula between the formulas as well, and you want to move up and down as well. So these are on the best standards that you can give for the new experience as well. And coming to the mapping, so you can create a mapping like this. Earlier, and in the current way, you see the mapping is okay to use, but not so intuitive, right? So the new mapping is you create and it populates. So I just had one mapping showing you how the structure looks. mostly like the JSON path and JSON output as well, right? Which is easy to identify. And don't worry, the options and everything are here there. You click on the options, you see where to have the cache type or anything, you can use it, and your fields as well comes up. But this is something that is in my local org that you get it, but these are the values that you see it. So these are the major changes that we have come across with all new designers, and there is no change in the preview of the Datamapper as well. So let me go back to the slide and let me start off who can get this designers on core. So in the summer 25, that is in another 10 days where the SB1 gets upgraded, if you are on core runtime, you get designers on core by default. But today, if you want core designers as well, you can get it. If you are in core runtime, you just need to send your org ID to the support staff, and using a pref, you can get the designers on core. But the structure, what we are doing is any new customer, a definition of a new customer, I would say, is who doesn't have an OS licenses, OmniStudio licenses, or no packages, that is CME, insurance, or any. You just enable new OS license, you get designer on core and runtime on core from 256 onwards. And any existing customer, which means they have already enabled the OS licenses and have the CME, OS, and PS package, insurance packages, if their runtime is on core, then they get designers on core by default from 256 onwards. Existing customers who are on your package side, package runtime, we are not touching them. They need to migrate. So that's the major change, that who can access the designers. That's, the 256, you get the new designers and start exploring them. And the major thing, like the numbers. I would like to place a disclaimer stating that these are the initial numbers that we saw when we did it. And you can see the activation as well live, how the new designers are functioning. So this is just a numbers, and the scenarios may differ based on the components that you use. But our initial results say that activation on OmniStudio components, Omniscript, FlexCard, Datamapper is 9x faster. And as a developer, you want to clone your elements in anything, it's again the same. And creation of an Omniscript, you can see in the FlexCard, earlier it was overwhelming to provide you SOQL options and everything. And even the creation of an Omniscript is just 6x faster. And the list pages are entirely on the standard. So you see the better numbers there. So in short, you all have the good numbers that with the initial results that we are showing. Yeah. So let me show you a small demo which has been done with the designers on core. And this is a general use case. Most of you are aware of it. So I'm just trying to fetch an account in an experience site and then use a chatter post to post it using an IP, and then click on done button to get inside your account page directly. So for that, I have used a FlexCard, Omniscript, Datamapper, and an integration procedure. And these are the components I've used. So let me show you how this looks. So I have my experience site. I click on it. And then this is an experience site. And you have the FlexCards. These two are the FlexCards. And I click on the update account. So once I click on an update account, the Omniscript comes up as a flyout mode. And I start typing it. TDS account. I'll select an account and click on next. Immediately, it will fetch the next availability contractor for this account. And this is a simple use case that I showed, and I want to post it as well in the chatter. I could use an email action as well, but I thought, let me show you live how you can post a chatter post as well. I'll click on yes, I want to post it in the chatter, and click on next. I'll get information that is being posted, and then let's click on done. It will go back to the account page and see that the chatter post has been updated, that the contractor details and the details that you have submitted. So let's see how this has been done. So the initial page was a FlexCard, and this is an account page that we have used, the Omniscript page. The designer page, wherein we have the step, and then we have the option for the search for an account. So using a search for account, we have used a type ahead block. I think most of you are aware of this type ahead block, wherein you can start typing and fetch the details as well. And you have a Datamapper inside a type ahead block to fetch the data. That's what we said, right? Datamapper extracting the data. And to show the details of an account information and a phone, we have used a formula and used a merge field to get it from the JSON and then show it on the UI. Then we have used a HTTP action to fetch the contractor details. So this is another component inside an Omniscript where you can fetch the details from using an HTTP action. And then finally, we have an account data to show, the text block to show the fetch details and print it there, and a radio block with the condition whether you want to post it or not. And then finally, a chatter post to post it in the chatter of using an IP. And you see here, like if you expand, you have a summary. Earlier, in the current designers, you don't have the details of what is a summary of your IP. But here you can just expand and see that you have used a subject ID with the merge details and what is the subject you placed. So this is in a short. And then finally, we have the text block showing you informative messages and a done action stating that you can navigate to the account page. And the preview is entirely the same. And you have the JSON structure, action debugger, everything lies on the screen there. So this is in short about all new OmniStudio, how we have created the components. And let me go back to the product roadmap of what we are going to do. It's not just about the designers in the core and everything. We have invested a lot into this integration procedures on Agentforce as well. That's coming in another 1 month, I guess, or less than that, where if you have an integration procedure which is active, you can convert them into an Agentforce supported format and embed it inside your Agentforce, wherein you go and create an agent and the reference type, right? Whatever the reference you get it, now you see a flow prompt template. Now you see the integration procedure as well. That's coming up in the June month in a record. And then Omniscript on LWR. That is what Salesforce says that you should be on LWR. That is the Lightning Web Runtime. So Omniscript is on LWR pilot for 256. And definitely yesterday we have met most of you people and have been asking about the deployment and testing framework that's going on. So that's the investment as well. We are looking in very keen as well there. And the first thing is like interoperability, wherein when you create an Omniscript or a FlexCard, you should have an auto launch flow inside that. That's the interoperability we are planning to do it. And the context service as well inside your Omniscript and FlexCard. And then the FlexCard on LWR. Because you have an Omniscript on LWR, FlexCard also we are planning placing it in our roadmap with the FlexCard on LWR. So that's in short about all new OmniStudio components. And thank you for joining. And please share your feedback. And Q&A is open. But I just want to mention you that we are running a workshop. So you can scan and provide your feedback and join the workshop along with our UX engineers and product and engineering as well, so that you can participate and gain your feedback, because what all we have done is taking with your feedback. So in future, it would be helpful for us to implement the features and the chances that what we can improve in the product. Thank you.